Happy Leap Day year, everybody. Supposedly, this only happens every 4 years if you're still following the Gregorian calendar, which collectively we have agreed that this portal energy would be every 4 years, every 4 cycles. So why are we doing that? What's the purpose? What's the process of this? What keys through the numerology are we leaving ourselves? Because today's the 29th, February 29th. And if you break down the numerology, it's the 2 and the 9, which is 11. So Aries is all about being the pioneer. It's initiating, it's starting something new. It's the first sign in the zodiac, so it likes to be first. It rules the ego. It rules the inner child. It's the first house of the zodiac. So these are embodiments that we can imbibe with now as we're all here collectively learning about the North Node in Aries. So taking this leap of consciousness today, February 29th, we're leaping into unknown, unfamiliar territory. So the image I was shown was like being a sailor at sea, right? And one of the first navigation points that sailors learn is the North Star. Well, the North Star will tell you where you're at in relation to everything else. That's your North Node. Your North Node is your North Star. So right now, the North Star of our collective consciousness is pointing us towards Aries. So Aries is also ruled by the god, the planet of war, which is Mars, and Mars can be a war god. Mars is just action, and it's in its base neutral form. It's just how we take action. It's how we move. But because we're in an inverted planet in this reality, Mars becomes wars, right? So where Mars is energy, you flip it up and down, it becomes war. So where do we war with ourselves when we're trying to take action? We're trying to start something new, because the South Node is where we're coming from. And that was in Libra. It's all about the others, our relationships, and primarily what other people think. So where are we still caring about what other people think, even though we want to start something new in our lives? This is something that we have to look at and evaluate as we're leaping into these new states of consciousness, because today there's this current, this momentum, this collective momentum that we decided to jump on this frequency, especially as we're still in Pisces season, getting ready to go into Aries at the end of March, which is really the new year. It's the beginning cycles. It's spring, right? We're springing forward. And with today, we're leaping into these frequencies. It's like a crest of a wave. We're catching this wave, this current that we have marked during this time period. But it's only through awareness and through consciousness can we jump on these currencies consciously. If you stay in the unconscious, you might be thrown into these currents and not knowing where the hell you're at, right? So this is, to me, the importance of learning astrology, of learning your own birth chart, of learning your own navigation points, your own North Star, if you will, which is your North Node. So go look at your birth chart right now. Where is the North Node? I'm going to put up a symbol of what that looks like. Where is the North Node? What sign is it in? Because that's pointing you towards your true north of where you're coming to traverse these planes of consciousness in this field of energy we call reality. And like I said, collectively right now, we're all in the North Node of Aries. So we're here to pioneer something new. We're here to change something, be different outside of the relationships we knew, which is South Node, where we've already learned Libra. And where do we still care, or where are we still worried about the judgments of other, even though we know we really want to do something different, even though we really want to take action upon our biggest hopes, dreams, and wishes? Pisces, right? The sun in Pisces is pointing us and showing us a bigger vision of what we can have in our lives. But where do we still imbibe with fear because we're worried about what the other people, other relationships, our families, our jobs, our partnerships, our lovers, our kids, what they're going to think of us? Right now is the time to imbibe with Aries and not give a shit. It's time to do things, be that warrior spirit, right? I call it the humble warrior, right? The peaceful warrior. And really all you're warring and battling is your own inertia, is your own fear of what the other might think. That's the true battle and war that's happening right now. And that may be expressing itself through wars of collectively of what we're seeing on the outside of us, because a lot of it's tied into, beliefs and what belief is right, what God is right, who's more powerful, whose land, property, whatever the hell we war about, whose resources, all that is dissolving right now with Pisces. Is that shit needs to dissolve because there are new currents of energy, opportunity, exploration that we're all navigating towards. But we got to drop the old bullshit baggage of what we think others think of us. We got to drop the judgment. And what we have to move towards is curiosity. We have to move towards excitement of being in that playful nature, which is Aries, right? Which is the first sign of the zodiac, which is all about being and initiating. It's a cardinal sign, so it's starting something fresh and new, just like the springtime. So we're springing into action, leap year, we're leaping forward into consciousness. So please go spend some time in nature today, connect to that divine essence within you, the divine intelligence, which is you, because you are nature, you are divinity expressing itself through this vessel. Right? Think of like a ship and a captain, and we're out at sea together. And this is the vessel that you're in, exploring these realms of consciousness. So these are just some of the energies that wanted to propel themselves forward today as we're all together on this sea of field of awareness, as we're in our individuated ships, our vessels pointing to our true North Star. We can help each other navigate these points of interest. We can help each other explore something new. Quit warring with ourselves. Quit worrying about what other people think or what they judge or how you think they're judging you. It's just you judging you. Remember, it lives in astrology, all is self. It's you judging you, projecting into others, saying, oh, they're judging me. Well, it's really you thinking about these things, and then you're creating the other holographic version of you, which is the other projecting that judgment. Does that make sense? Anyway, go be in your North Node in Aries. And again, look at your own individuated birth chart and see where your North Node is pointing to you, because we all have right now the collective energy of the North Node is Aries, but then you have your own individuated North Node as well. So go look at your birth chart and see where that's at. And if you want some support or help, reach out to me. That's what Lives in Astrology is about. We're here to help each other. None of us are meant to do this alone, especially as we're traversing these uncertain, unexplored currents within us. This is a whole new territory. This is a whole new realm we're moving through. So drop what you think the other is judging, drop the own inner judgments, and let's explore these realms together in a new, fresh, childlike, curious manner, because that's the medicine that we can be imbibing with right now. That's the frequency that will help us just have a better experience of this reality. Love you guys.